Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Good day to you all. This is Captain Shandy. I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe. Thank you very much for clicking on this video and visiting my channel. I do appreciate it. And if you do enjoy the following content, then you know what you need to do. But here we are in lockdown 0.20 on F1 2020, having a race around Brazil. We didn't quite make qualifying in time, so we're starting from the back of the grid, as you can see there. And we'll get going. We've got a couple of races for you today, a little bit of catching up to do, but we'll start with these 5 red lights, which are out, and we are off, and we're underway, and we are behind Exceed, and we get some space on the right hand side behind Brucey, and it's all getting a little bit tight up ahead. We see some ghosting, we see some debris flying off other cars, but we managed to keep a decent line, not particularly quick, but we stayed out of trouble, as you can see there. And as we go round someone that's had a little bit more trouble than we have, and there's a bit of carnage behind us, and we get broken, and we can see to the right there that's been a bad time for Brucey, and Gerrit goes wide as well, coming up the inside. No, we can't, but we are right on his gearbox, looking for 7th place. Not quite sure how I pronounce his name, to be fair. That's a common theme on this channel. But you can see just ahead of him as well with Exceed, Ace, AC, I'm not quite sure, and Field Youssef is all getting a little bit tight, and they're fighting and jockeying for position at the moment. And Field Youssef goes a little bit wide, and again we also follow him wide, and now he's coming onto the inside. He doesn't leave us any room. Fucking hell, pal. And pushes us off onto the grass. We really didn't have anywhere to go, and he takes himself off into the pits, and we get a little bit of damage on the right hand side of the wing, which is a shame because we got through the worst of the high seas during this part of the lap on lap 1 unscathed, only for someone to lose control of their car and run into me coming back onto the track. Didn't leave me any space. I slowed down when I realised that there wasn't going to be any space left for me to drive into, even though I was on the racing line, and he was coming from off the track, but wasn't soon enough. I didn't react quick enough. I'm sure it was just a mistake on his part, but we carry on, and we're in much the same position behind the chap's name, who's I can't pronounce, Gerard. I mean, I can't really speak at the moment, to be fair. This morning I'm struggling to form sentences, as you can tell. I don't quite know why. So, if you've got a tricky name, I'm going to really struggle with it, and for that I apologise. But we've kind of settled in now as we finish up lap 2 and come on to lap 3. As Jeff will remind us, we will have the DRS available now, and we get nice and close in behind. I'm just going to call him Gerald, out of the Witcher, I don't know why. And we get a good run out of the corner, and we have the DRS, and we can surely go past him here. We have overtake on, I should say, and we lose control. And we weren't left a lot of space there, to be fair. And I was probably paying too much attention to what mode I was in terms of my overtake and my rich mix, not paying enough attention on the track. But it also must be said that Gerald got the elbows out there, so to speak, and squeezed us really, really tight, because we got a much better run than him out of that, out of the S's, and we should have really cleared him, but he squeezed us right to the inside, and then didn't really leave us an awful lot of room. Although, as I say, I probably should have bowed out a little bit earlier. Little bit my fault, but he certainly wasn't shy in squeezing and closing that space off, knowing that that's the only place I really had to go without slamming on my brakes. So, good, because he had squeezed me into that position. So, it's a very fine line between being over aggressive and dangerous. I suppose dangerous is probably a little bit of an exaggeration, really, isn't it? Because I'm sat at home in safety and comfort with a headset on, and more comfort that Geralt seems to be in at the moment anyway, as he for some reason gives the wall a little love tap. I've just popped over and quick knock down Ginger and fuck back off again. Not quite sure what that was about, but yeah, I suppose, as I say, it's not exactly dangerous, since this is electronic racing. But if that was on a racetrack, if we were in go-karts on a track day, I'd probably be a lot more angry about that. But it is just a game, and it doesn't mean anything. So, you know, there's enough to worry about in the world at the moment with COVID and lockdown and socialism taking over the USA. It's not fucking good, people. So, you know, this is a little outlet. This is a little bit of fun. Let's just fucking enjoy it. I ain't any fucking good at this game. You know that. I know that. But it is a little bit of fun. And look at the run we've got out of there on Geralt. He really made a mistake in front of us there, and this time we show no mercy and we just go flying past him. But he is right on our backsides, so it couldn't be any closer. He had a little look to the inside, but you know what? Why should I leave him any room? He just stuck to the racing line. Last time we went round that corner when he was ahead, he had to expect the same of me. He should have braked. You know, that to me that was probably a little bit more aggressive. Normally I'd leave some room, but he didn't leave me any. That's the game we're playing. You know, I just play by the rules, fellas. I don't make them. I let you guys make the rules. But I'm pretty happy with that. You know, I'll probably sound a bit smug about it, and I am. I'm a bit smug about it, a lot of things. But, you know, 6th place out of 10, that's not something to be smug about, because that will lower my driver rating unless someone has crashed before the racing line. Nope, they've spun themselves off as they've got across the line. Fair enough. So we will take, well, P3 after all that. No, P6. No, I don't know. Who knows? Where did we finish? What happened? What happened? As we can see, a couple of familiar faces there, or at least one in Zocken Dice Das. Remember a good scrap with him round Belgium. I presume it's a him. I don't mean to assume anybody's gender. It's 2020. Please don't send me to jail. But I remember a good race with that driver. There we go. That's probably gender neutral enough. So where the fuck did we finish then, Cody's? There we go, 6th. Not bad. Not bad from the back of the grid, I think. And there we go, we win driver of the day. Look at that, lovely. That's nice to be appreciated. I hope there isn't any tokenism involved. Because I've got all the assists on and stuff, you know what I mean, obviously. So, you know, fair play to this chap. As I say, I don't know where he's got a telephone from or why he feels the need to take a selfie. But, he has. We have a Brit, a German, and someone from the US. It's like World War III up on that grid. So, yeah, that was that. A ranking, I mean, I think I've come to terms with the fact that I just saw my safety rating go up slightly, which was nice. But yeah, I think I've come to terms with the fact that I'm roughly a mid-range silver, and I probably belong in D. You know, I can't keep fighting the game forever. It is what it is. I am what I am. And we won't waste any time, by the way, before we go into the next race. A couple for you today, as I say. I got a little bit of a backlog. I did manage to play some games over the last few days. I also have, by the way, a couple of new videos coming out for the game Observation, which is a sci-fi thriller, which I'm quite enjoying. I've been playing through. I wanted to get at least halfway through it and recording the videos live as I play before I post any online, because then really I've got to commit to playing the game all the way through, and I'm terrible at that. I don't see things through. You're lucky that I even finished these 5-lap races, to be fair, ladies and gentlemen. But talking of which, we are off in this second race behind Rain 56, and we're in Singapore, by the way, in case I didn't mention. We get a decent start. We get it slowed down just in time in front, behind Murph, and as you can see, Manu Fitz and Murph also coming together, and we find a little bit of space up the inside, and we've got a decent run, but I don't think we'll find the space around the outside of Murph there, and we are up into 4th place. Lovely stuff. By the way, I was waffling at the start, but I bottled qualifying. Oh, and a little tap there as we just went to look round the left-hand side of Murph. And we're on the inside, and he's not shy in coming forward as he barges into us and turns into the corner early. We leave him some space on the inside. He comes for us again. I am trying to leave him room wherever I fucking can, but he's almost coming for me a little bit. But I've always really got the better line through there, and now we can leave him behind and start getting after Old English with a little bit of luck. But we're certainly not out of the woods yet, with a couple of cars in behind us, as we don't really take the best line through that corner. We have to drop into first gear, but nevertheless we remain in third place. Really good start there, all things considered. A little bit of rough play to hold on to, well, to get and to hold on to third position from Murph. It looks like he's struggled a little bit now and fallen down the order somewhat, so that's unfortunate for him. But yeah, as I was saying, I will be uploading those videos. I've done a couple of hours already. I'll probably do another hour or so, and the videos are broken up, so there'll be 3 or 4 videos soon coming on a campaign mode of observation. It's quite intriguing so far. It's full of puzzles and stuff, and I'm trying to play this game sort of when it's late at night, and basically I'm a fucking idiot. I'm no better at that than I am at racing, and it's quite funny how fucking stupid I am. But yeah, look out for that. A good way to do that is to subscribe and get notified, ring the bell, all that jazz. And as I say, some point in the next week or so, there'll be a few videos coming out, if that's up your street. If it's not, then don't watch it, don't bother. You know, I can't tell you what to do. As I said it before, I'll say it again, I ain't your dad. Probably ain't your dad. So getting back to this race, because as you can tell, we have managed to sort of stay on the back of Old English. We're catching him slowly, and we will be in the DRS zone if we can remain this close to him coming into lap 3. We are now at the end of lap 2, as you can probably tell. Old English is struggling with his signal by the looks of it, with his connection, I should say, not signal. What is it? It's not fucking 1990. I'm showing my fucking age. So as you know, we can trust players with low connection as much as you'd trust the Democratic Party to fulfil their vote counting obligations legally, and nevertheless, we are closing in. Old English, I think, is American, anyway, from what I can recall, looking from the last results. And we're closing in and in. Sorry for the silence there. I thought I heard my front door, but turns out, I ain't got any mates or any mail or not even anybody knocking on the door asking for money. So, you know, it's good, really. And also, I haven't, no Jehovah's Witnesses or any other religious cults that want to get me involved in any of their nonsense. It's cool. And as you can see, what's also cool is we are now right on the back of Old English, and we will be in a DRS zone here. So we get down into first gear and then up into second. We want to get some decent traction out of there into the DRS. Rich mix on, and we also have overtake on, but it really is to little avail. That straight isn't long enough, or my car isn't quick enough. I have got it set up to be high downforce because, well, as I say, there's only one even half long straight on this street circuit, so absolutely no need to be able to do 210 miles an hour because you're never going to get there. And we go wide and lose that time that we made up on Old English. We've just sort of dropped back off him a bit, but can we make it up through the first sector? Because we do seem to be a bit quicker than him through here. We've not necessarily done the best job that time, but we do managed to close the gap nonetheless, as you can see, just around half a second now, just over. And we do have the DRS again, so hopefully we can bring that down, keeping an eye on that delta, which is actually raising, and he hasn't got any rising, I should say, and he hasn't got any DRS, so I can only assume that he's either used a lot of overtake then, or he has a setup for a quicker straight line speed than I do. And as you can see there, when we do go onto the straights, he certainly seems to pull away once we've both got the traction down. He has got a bit more than I have, so can we get close enough here? He goes a little bit wide, I go a little bit narrower. It allows him slightly better traction on the way out, but then once we get the DRS down, we're in a half decent position now. Is it far enough? No. Bit of a longer straight there, and then maybe we could have had a look, but not enough room, so we're still not close enough, and we're at the end of lap 4 fighting for second and third. You can see there Old English has an unnecessary and unforced mistake and hits the bollard on the right hand side and has definitely lost a bit of the right side of his front wing, and we take a shortcut and get a bollocking from Jeff for it, and probably rightly so. I'm very lucky not to have picked up a time warning there, but now we have the DRS open, we have the better run out of the corner, we are up the inside, we have the overtake on, we're able to brake a little bit later as well, and we can just make it stick. There's no way round us then, so lovely stuff. That worked out well from the exit from the final corner on lap 4, bringing us into lap 5, and the reason we probably had the better line and exit through there was because of the damage that Old English had just picked up. But we will have to defend once again because he is right on our backside. He looks to the inside, but he's gone in too hot. We play the switch back, and it's done beautifully, if I may say so myself. Lovely stuff. I was really quite happy with that. He just overcooked it a little bit, and I thought if I can get on the brakes early here and get a wide entry into the corner, I'll be able to cut this back and get back in front of him before we get to the twisty next section. And it paid off, and I pulled it off, which is not always something that I can say, certainly not on F1 2020. And yeah, pretty happy with that. So that moves us up into second place. As you can see there, no chance for setting the fastest lap time. We've been fighting with Old English too much, and to me it looks like Toby F is probably much quicker than us two anyway, because although despite the fact him and I have been having a little bit of a scrap, which will slow us both down, Toby's pulled out a 14-second gap, which in 5 laps is quite frankly astonishing. So we come through the final corner, and Old English has one last little look to try to put the frighteners up me. Doesn't work. And we hold on to second place. As you can hear me fucking about with my microphone. And yes, that was the story of Singapore this week. So hope you enjoyed that. Decent race. Apologies for the background noise. Ever the professional that I am. But we'll leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video today and listen to me talk rubbish whilst driving terribly. And if you did enjoy it and you do want to see more, please just drop me a like, drop me a subscribe. You know the score. More rhyming without miming. And yeah, once again, thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe in this pandemic. Don't let the lockdown get you down too much. Keep going, and hopefully, you know, we will all be back together soon, as we should be. So, thanks very much again. Take it easy, ladies and gentlemen. You're a bunch of legends. We will meet again.